Do you guys want to meet the new menace in my house? Here he is. His name is Pippin. He's a baby and I love him. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, how are you? If you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I just want to let you know that all of my socials are in the description, my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Redbubble, and Coffee if you would like to support this channel. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications if you would like to see more LGBTQ plus content from this space right here. So let's get into the video. So today I'm going to be reacting to demisexual TikTok. I know there's not a lot of demisexual content on YouTube or representation of demisexuality in general in a lot of places. So I figured because I am Demi and I want to see more of that content out there, why not make it? Here's me reacting to demisexual TikToks.
This is the demisexual flag. It represents all demisexual people, aka those who cannot form a sexual attraction to someone unless they have a close emotional bond with them. It's very similar to the asexual flag because demisexuality is within the asexual spectrum.
I love
the black
it.
triangle represents
Honestly, it's one of my favorite flags.
The top white stripe represents sexuality, the middle purple stripe represents community, and the bottom gray stripe represents demisexuality and its place within the asexual spectrum.
I love. Not gonna lie, flags do play a really important part for a lot of people, and it definitely does for me. I love all of the flags that encompass my queer identity. I love the bi flag, the non-binary flag, and the demisexual flag. It's always really interesting to find out the meaning behind them, so I appreciate that one.
Let's talk about demisexuality. Asexuality is a spectrum in and of itself.
Yes.
Some people may identify as ace and experience
A
absolutely
lot of people
no
don't
sexual
know that.
attraction, while others may identify as gray ace and experience sexual attraction only under specific circumstances or very rarely.
If y'all want to
One
see
such
me
example
react
of this
to
is
gray ace
demisexuality, in which
TikToks,
someone
let me know.
experiences sexual attraction only to someone they have a strong emotional bond with. It can be a platonic bond or a romantic bond, but that strong emotional connection must be there for them to feel sexual attraction. It's certainly possible for a non-demi person to feel sexually attracted to someone only after forming an emotional bond, but that's not necessarily always the case with them. With the demisexuals, that is always the case.
Yep.
And the term demisexual can apply to attraction to any gender. It's kind of a catch-all term for people who experience sexual attraction in this way only. But because of the specific conditions that must be met in order for one to feel sexual attraction, demisexuality can be considered a type of gray asexuality.
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that it's under the gray asexual spectrum-y thing. A lot of people don't know about demisexuality, or when they do hear about it, they're like, oh, everyone feels that way. No, it's a very specific thing that has to occur in order to have sexual attraction, which is why it is under the asexual spectrum. I know for me, I've only had those kind of feelings 3 or 4 times in my life. I'm 24. Most allosexual people will have sexual attraction to regular people walking down the street and that kind of thing. I don't experience that. It literally takes anywhere between 4 to 9 months for me to have any sort of those feelings knowing someone. Not all demisexual people it takes that long, but for me it does. That's why whenever people try to invalidate it, I'm like, can y'all stop? Because not everyone is like this. Demisexuality is real. I didn't know it fell under the gray spectrum of asexuality. I love this kind of stuff so much. I wish, honestly, this kind of stuff just makes me want to be able to like do cakes and that kind of stuff, but I love how people do this kind of stuff for our community. Oh,
Demisexual glitterbeard, but not just any demisexual glitterbeard. You asked for Demi, you asked for Demi boy, you asked for Demi girl. But with their colors and powers combined, we're gonna do a 3-in-1.
wow.
Imagine a demisexual megazord, if you will. The goal
I
is
love
to
him.
see if I can fit that megazord on my face.
I believe
This is
in
where we're
him.
at so far. Not sure how I feel about it yet, but that's the beauty of the glitter. It makes everything better. Don't let me down this time. This is a lot.
Okay, but that's
But
dope.
even if it is a lot,
That's so
we're not
nice.
gonna be ashamed of that at all. You know why? Because I am sparkly and I am
He
powerful.
is sparkly and very
Until next time, stay sparkly.
Hey y'all, for those of you who still don't understand my sexuality, I'm going to explain it to you right now. And I'm about to use my favorite analogy in the world, and it's the door analogy. So here's how it works. If you are a heterosexual, you are a push door. That means you like the opposite gender.
I
so
like
away from
this.
you. Homosexuals would be a pull door because they like the same gender. Bisexuals would be a swinging door because it could go either way.
Yes!
Pansexuals would be a revolving door because it could go any way. And asexuals would be a wall. So what kind of a door is a demisexual?
With a
A
catch.
demisexual could be any kind of the doors I
Yep.
just named, but with a catch. That door is locked. The lock has a key, but whoever that demisexual was just took that key and threw it into the Mediterranean Sea. Now somebody's gotta go find the key.
I love
the key,
it.
Unlock the door. Love is in the air. There can also be varying degrees of this. For example, somebody could find the key but never unlock the door. Me personally, I'm anti-romantic, so I'm attracted to boys, so men get a huntin'.
I really like when people use analogies like that, just so that you're able to have almost a visual of what other people experience or a better explanation of what other people experience, and that is a completely accurate representation of demisexuality, in my opinion.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yes! Wow. I hate that. All of those things. Never say a single one of those things to a demisexual person, ever. I think the ones that get me the most, or at least the ones that I've been told the most, is demisexuality isn't real and what are you actually into? And it's just like, I can't sit there and explain my friends. It's really awkward to just be like, I am asexual except under these very specific circumstances, which I genuinely have no control over whatsoever. It happens out of nowhere, and when it does happen, it freaks me the f out. So just don't say anything like that to people and you'll be fine.
I'm just gonna talk about this video for a sec. It's really hurtful going on this app and seeing all the duets and the comment section of this video just calling demisexuality fake.
Literally.
And, oh, you're just straight but picky, or you just don't like hookup culture.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do not realize how fucking harmful that is for people who
Yes.
actually identify as demisexual. I've struggled with my sexuality since high school, and I
Me.
finally did some research and I figured out that I'm finally comfortable identifying myself as demi. What this girl did was just explain the surface basic of demisexuality. I suggest you Google it and go more into depth about what it actually is. Demisexuality
Always do your
is
own
part of the
research,
asexual
guys.
Spectrum. Just like the condition Asperger's is part of the autism spectrum, but y'all won't go call that fake because that's actually autism. It's really disrespectful and harmful to those of you in the LGBTQ community calling this micro-labeling, because it really isn't. Demisexuality is much more complex than you think. Educate yourself, pick up a book, and stop hurting people who actually identify as this.
Let's talk about micro-labeling. I remember back when I was figuring out that I was demi on Tumblr, which, look at me, what's up? And I remember a whole bunch of posts and that kind of stuff that I would stumble across talking about micro-labeling and how harmful it is to the LGBTQ plus community and how everything doesn't need a label. If someone is using a specific label for themselves, why is it hurting you? I've never understood why there's so much gatekeeping around labels when you don't know this person's experience and they've found a word that connects with them and what they experience, just because you don't think that it's real or that it's micro-labeling and that it's gonna make the community look worse to cis straight people, which who gives a shit? It doesn't matter what they think, that it matters to you. It doesn't. If someone finds a label that works for them, let them use that label. It's none of your business. And on that note, I am done reacting to demisexual TikToks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really love seeing demisexual content creators and just people talking about it in general because it doesn't get talked about enough. Honestly, I'm probably gonna start talking more about the nuances and different identities under the asexual spectrum because they don't really get talked a lot about on YouTube or anywhere. So I'll talk about it. Let me know which ones you would want to see from me in the comments, and also what helped you figure out if you were demisexual. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!